your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Blood Donor Society of Grand Bahama is partnering with the 3 Kiwanis clubs on the island to host their first blood drive for the year 2021. President Ladidra Marsh says that their last event was held in November of 2019 post-Hurricane Dorian, and they're encouraging the entire community to come out this Saturday to help make this event a success, as 1 pint of blood can save 3 lives. Laboratory manager at the Grand Bahama Health Services, Claudia Glinton, explains how to prepare to give blood.
Reached out to us to have this initiative and got the ball rolling right away. Unfortunately, the pandemic has stifled much of our plans last year to boost ownership and registration, but we will not be deterred in our thrust to keep the blood bank at the Rand Memorial Hospital full. When you come, you get a pretty little card that looks like this. It helps you to register all of the blood work that you've done for the blood drives, as well as you get a laminated card that helps you to remember what it is that, you get a laminated card that helps you to remember your blood type. So this is free of charge, and this is what you get for doing a service to the community.
Before you come, we want to make sure you're prepared. So when you come out to donate blood, please make sure you've had a full meal, at least an hour before you come. And that, of course, that you're feeling healthy and ready to donate. Of course, the lab staff will have its protocols in place. You'll have your temperature checks, and we will do all the necessary screening before we actually allow you to come into the hospital to donate. But we don't want this to deter you. This is such an important thing for the people of Grand Bahama, so we really want you to come out and support this blood drive.
President of the Kiwanis Club of Lukai, Mardo Bo, and President of the Kiwanis Club of Freeport, Ellsworth Ware, noting the importance of donating blood. The event will be held at the Rand Memorial Hospital beginning at 10 a.m.
Giving blood is a vital service that helps our community to stay safe, and when we have our tragedies, when we have other incidents, it helps us to be able to save a life. Kiwanis is all about making a difference in the community, and this is part of what we are doing to assist in that venture. There will be prizes and giveaways at the function on Saturday coming, so we invite the entire Grand Bahama community who are able to please come out and support.
Along with the Kiwanis Club and what we're doing here, we also encourage other civic organizations and corporate Grand Bahama to join in and do the same thing. This doesn't have to be a one-time project. This is something, there's always going to be a need for blood. So at any time, this is a perfect type of project for any of you to embark on.
In other news, the One Bahamas Committee partnering with the Bird Bell Memorial Committee and family members to hold a massive motorcade this morning. It was a day to celebrate his life and his legacy, beginning at the 8 Mile Rock High School. Our Megan Shepard was there.
Hundreds of students and community residents celebrating the life and legacy of former educator and swim coach Albert Bert Bell through a major motorcade this morning, beginning in West Grand Bahama and traversing throughout the island. Bell began his teaching and coaching career at the 8 Mile Rock High School more than 50 years ago. Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Patricia Parker Etchcombe, paying her respects.
Mr. Bell played a very instrumental part here at the 8 Mile Rock High School, and we're so thankful for his years of service, well loved throughout the community and indeed by all students of the 8 Mile Rock High School. I am a former student of Mr. Bell as well, knowing the nature of a man that was both tough and gentle in his approach to us as students. We loved him dearly. We are going to miss him, and just to come here to celebrate his life today, it's meaningful for us, and we're going to miss him very much.
Physical education teacher at the 8 Mile Rock High School, Carrie McIntosh, says it was Bell who first introduced him to coaching basketball at the school. He fondly recalls the contributions of Bell to that public institution.
Mr. Bell was one of the person that, he's the person that brought the very first computer back here at 8 Mile Rock High School. He also the first one to take the kids down at his house to use weights, teaching the kids how to lift weights to get stronger for sports. he's a very gentle man, and he helps everyone in the community. His kids, he have wonderful children. My heart goes out to the family, and they have my deepest sympathy. You know, Mr. Bell wasn't just a good man, he was a great man. You know, and this community is very fortunate to have a man like Mr. Bell. He did a lot for us.
From the high school to the primary school in 8 Mile Rock, the motorcade made its way to the Freeport area. Exercising social distancing, family members and supporters visited several schools on the island as children looked on. Bell's children say they are truly grateful for the outpouring of love from the entire community.
It was so touching, and to see from where we first grew up in the house right across the street from the primary school that we grew up in, to see all the children paying tribute to Daddy. It was so touching. I'm so lost for words for the 8 Mile Rock community and the Grand Bahama community at large for the outpouring of love and support and keeping us in their prayers.
Our father dedicated his life to this island and to this country, and to see the love reciprocated is just, again, it's heart-touching and it's heartwarming. Lost for words. I just want to thank everybody.
Just really appreciate the support. The outpouring of love is truly appreciated, especially with the sporting community, the teaching community. They really stepped up, and they really gave us a lot of support. 8 Mile Rock, a special thanks to all the people out of 8 Mile Rock. that was his heart for a long time. He spent over 2 decades there. We grew up there, and you really saw how much he meant to that community this morning.
Bert Bell died at his home in Grand Bahama on January 16th, and he will be laid to rest on Saturday, January 30th. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Megan. And finally in news this evening, a number of college athletes from Grand Bahama making headlines this week. Here's Jay Philippe with this report.
A number of Grand Bahamians laced up for college basketball hoops action. Franco Miller, the former Tabernacle Falcon, and his Florida Gulf Coast University Eagles fell to Lipscomb University 71-56 in conference play. Miller scored 4 points in 14 minutes of action. The Eagles will return to action again February 5th against Stetson University. On the East Coast, Ahmad Harvey and Coastal Carolina took down Troy University in back-to-back games 90-81, then 70-65. In Game 1, Harvey scored 10 points and grabbed 5 rebounds in 23 minutes. In Game 2, Harvey tallied 19 minutes, scoring just 3 points while grabbing 6 rebounds. They will return to court for conference play Friday and Saturday versus Georgia Southern University. Charles Bain and Robert Morris University Colonials lost in consecutive games to Northern Kentucky University in Horizon League play 76-81, then 74-79 in overtime. In Game 1, Charles scored just 3 points in 27 minutes of play, but the small forward bounced back in Game 2 to score 12 points and grab 2 rebounds in 23 minutes. Up next for the Colonials, they will travel to Dayton, Ohio for a matchup against Wright University. Edgerton Martinborough and his Evangel University Crusaders lost to Mount Mercy University 85-81, dropping to 8-10 for the year. Edgerton put up some impressive numbers in the loss, scoring 22 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals in 38 minutes. Next up for the Crusaders is a showdown against conference rivals Baker University. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
That's our Facebook Friend of the Night. Up next.